right, moving forward, we have keynote session by presenting partner LinkedIn. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, from LinkedIn, I would like to invite Ms. Saba Karim, India Head Public Sector, LinkedIn. Saba leads the public sector vertical for LTS LinkedIn India. In her current role, she empowers government and PSUs across India with insights into labor market to build a diverse and inclusive work environment. Over to you, Ms. Saba.
Great. Good morning, everyone. It's fantastic to be here. And in fact, I am more excited than you are. And the reason is that I have worked for a long time in the public sector. And this year, I am also looking at the large staffing companies as a business for LinkedIn. So for me, it is super exciting to be part of this event, which is a GCC event. As you know, in public sector, we have a different set of people. We have government, we have education, which works a little differently, but has a huge impact. As Reddy sir also said, and Naidu sir said as well, that how it all ties together to deliver the best talent for the companies which are coming to Karnataka. And not only Karnataka, but for India as well. So welcome today. I believe it's going to be an action-packed day, as Anuj rightly said. There are a lot of awards. There are great talks by global leaders who have come here. I would like to talk a bit about that what is going to be what is India's journey so far, what we have seen, especially from a GCC perspective. Not only that, how talent is fueling it and why skills are so important for the GCCs to be successful in India. And how AI is playing a huge role in all these talent hiring, skilling, and even the infrastructure development which is there. When you look at India's story, India has been talking about its demographic dividend from some time. Now it will be till 2055 that we will be reaping this demographic dividend. It is very important for us to understand that what makes it a demographic dividend and not a disaster. When you look at India as a country, its sheer strength lies in the numbers which we have, number of young people. In fact, by 2055, we will have another around 183 million people who will be added to the working population. Huge numbers. That is the reason that we see so many companies coming and setting up their offices here. But all this happens because there are favorable government policies, there is great infrastructure development, education, healthcare, all these things. They all come together, and that is when we reap the dividend. We also talk about in the same breath, when we talk about India, we also talk about the challenges of skilling in India. I work very closely with educational institutions. In fact, I have traveled the length and breadth of India across all the states to meet the educational institutions and the state authorities which are there. The state skill development boards, the NSDCs, all of them are coming together to bridge the skills gap which we see. And that is some initiative which is going to take us and get this dividend rather than the disaster. In this whole process of reaping the dividend, government thought of the national education policy, which came in 2020, with a very ambitious mission of having our GER, which is currently sub 30%, to take it to 50%. Very ambitious mission. It just cannot happen so fast because even when you go to the colleges, all the eligible population which is there, and GER, sorry if some of you do not know, it is the gross enrollment ratio which we have, which means the eligible people out of which how many people are coming to the higher education. For schools, it's a different number. So when we want to go to 50%, we want a complete set of policies which are empowering our educational institutions, even want the industry to come and support these kind of initiatives. As you know, that skills change very fast. What the government did in the NEP, they opened up the opportunity for colleges to augment their content with third-party content provider. LinkedIn is one of them, so are many others. What really helped colleges with that is when the students are in the colleges, they have access to good quality content, which really help them as per the trending skills which are there in market to skill themselves. And that is where bridging of the skills gap happen. Because of the NEP in India, you will see a huge change when it comes to readily workable talent for not only GCCs, for any other company in India. And you might be thinking why I'm talking to you about all these things, because you guys are one of the biggest hirers now. Even you have surpassed the IT sector, which is one of the most booming sector. When you look at it, the GCCs are hiring at a much higher rate. When you look at India as the knowledge economy, in the same breath when we are talking about jobs, we also talk about the skills part of it. And the reason why the skills are changing is because the set of jobs are changing. If you look from here, the fastest declining job roles, which were earlier where people used to work quite a lot at the lower entry level, those are now going away. Rather than that, because of companies like yours, the more knowledge-based roles which are coming up. And these roles, most of them are focusing on artificial intelligence, GAI. They're also focusing on machine learning, data analytics, cybersecurity. In fact, there was a time when data scientists, and still a time when data scientists was so much in demand, that there is a huge talent crunch. That's what when we go to the GCCs and talk about, because LinkedIn is a platform, a lot of people use it to hire talent. So when we go and talk to them, they say that, oh my God, the talent is not available. We want skilled talent to come and readily work for us. So it is, the people do exist, is the skills gap which will be bridged by policies like NEP. And not only that, there are other policies like Vidya Shakti and EKAL initiatives. These are the kind of initiatives which are helping government to improve the GER, the gross enrollment ratio, as well as improving the STEM enrollment in the colleges. And this Vidya Shakti policy is being run along with IIT Madras. And with that policy, you will see much higher enrollment in STEM. EKAL Shakti is more around something which will help the tribal and remote areas of India, how to get the students from there into the education system. It's a single teacher, EKAL means single, it's a single teacher initiative in the remote part of the world. So with these kind of initiative, you will see that more and more talent will be available, accessible, and the talent which has the right set of skills and ready to work in the GCCs. There's a data from the World Economic Forum which talks about the change in the worker skills which will be seen. And I will talk a bit more about it in the future slides, but here you can see that almost 44% of the skills are disrupted. It's a huge number, almost half of the skills, which means a reskilling is required and upskilling is required for your existing employees. The change in job which is happening, as we were talking about, that how the jobs are changing, when the future, when the companies will come in future, how the jobs will be changing. You will find more jobs around AI solution managers, AI ethics specialists, chatbot developers. These are the kind of roles which you will see in future. And when we are talking about the change in jobs, there's a direct impact of the change in jobs to the change in skills. Almost 50% of the skill set is going to change. That's a huge number. What does it mean to you as GCC? What's in it for me, you will think? For you, what matters is that your current employees and the employees which are going to come in your companies have to be upskilled as per the latest trends. Because your skilled talent is the one which is going to make a huge business difference. It is your skilled talent which is going to deliver on the business objectives you have set up for. So for you, getting a real-time data around what are the skills trending in the market is very important as GCCs. When we talk about talent, skills, jobs, one of the most important division in an organization is HR, which is getting impacted by it. Why HR? Because they have to hire the right set of talent. Most of the business people, they go back and say, guys, what is happening? Why we are so late? I wanted to hire this guy yesterday, or this person, this role had to be filled yesterday. What is happening? Why we don't have the right set of talent? It is because they are also under huge crunch. For them to understand that what skills to hire for, whether to validate the person who is coming in for an interview, whether the person has that kind of skill set, is a huge challenge. And that is where technology is going to help you. You have to leverage the technology. LinkedIn, as I said, is a platform which is used across the globe by people to hire talent. Leverage technology to identify which skills are the best suited, which talent are the best suited for a particular role which you are going to hire for. When you look at the skill system and how the hiring is happening, in India itself, almost 50% of the recruiters are currently using skills-first data to hire, which is a huge number. What it means is that when they come on LinkedIn, they are posting a job, they have to put a couple of skills against it. And when those skills are out there in the market, it gets connected to the people who have put up the similar kind of skills on their role. This is a good skill match. What it really helps you is an efficient way to hire. You are saving a lot of time. You don't have to go through thousands of CVs which are coming into you. These are the people who are actually going to matter for you. And your time to hire will reduce. And that is where the skills first hiring play a huge role. When we look at data, which is around the new age hiring which is happening, you see that almost 87% of recruiting pros, professionals who are there in India, they are hiring based on the skill, as compared to 73% globally, which is a lesser number. So it's like a huge cheer for India that we are already ahead of curve over here. I was talking to one of the GCC friend who is my friend. That person said that for us, skills benchmarking is such a big challenge. For us to know that for that particular role which I'm hiring for, what are the skills which are needed? And these are changing very fast. Every 5 years, 50% of skill sets are due to change. With this kind of data, for them, accessing it real time, that what is the change which is going to happen, and then match it with the candidate, becomes a challenge. So when I was talking to him, he said that, what if I have tools which can help me actually see where these talent and this kind of skill set resides in India? For me, that also becomes an easy business decision-making process. And as Sir was also saying, that it is not just these big tier 1 cities where the talent exists. You have tier 2 cities as well, where actually most of the colleges are. If you know cities like Mysore, Chandigarh, Pune, which are tier 2 cities, these are the places where a lot of colleges and universities are. And you will find that these are the places where a GCC can have a quick access to talent, which is readily available. Of course, a fresher talent I'm talking about. So if a recruiter is given these kind of technology, if they are given these kind of tools to hire fast, they will be adding huge value to you as a business. I will talk a bit about GCC, though it is like preaching to the choir. You guys all know about the success story of GCC. But India commands 50% of the global GCC market, with almost 5,000 global leadership role opens over here. And it is going to expand to almost 110 billion in the coming time. But some people say that actually it is currently 110 billion, basis the kind of maths they are doing. So some say that it is 40 plus billion, but some say that it has already reached that mark, which is a huge cheers to you guys. And also there is a headcount, like as much as the headcount of the corporate offices is what we are seeing in here. And it's all value-based work which is coming to India. In the next 5 years, there will be almost 2,400 GCCs, what is projected, which will have 4.5 million people. And Bangalore and Hyderabad, of course, take the top spot for all these GCCs to come in. But I believe that there is a lot of scope in the tier 2 cities as well. So hiring basis skills become a very, very important thing for all the GCCs. And one of the skill, which is the most interesting, which everyone talks about, is the AI. When we look at AI, leaders today are saying that they would not like, almost 66% leaders say that they would not like to hire someone who doesn't have AI skills. And when we see that the AI talent on LinkedIn, it has almost increased 323%. It is not just the tech talent. In fact, AI is touching all the roles which are there across industries. Even the colleges today, they have specified degrees around AI and ML. That is the degrees that they are giving out. It is not just these short-term courses which they have. What it means to you is that if you are hiring and the role requires AI-specific skills, that skill set is available in India. It is for you to access that skill set in a much smarter way. When we look at GAI, in fact, we have seen that these AI skills, how fast people are learning them. You see this curve, it is almost 4 times learners, 4x the learners who were there earlier. From 21 to 23, there is a 4-time increase in the AI learners who are there in the market. And this kind of content is continuously used by people who are not even in the tech. With all this data around AI, I know L&D teams are always under pressure because it is not just hiring for the right skilled talent, but is also upskilling your existing talent which is sitting in your organization. L&D is in an immense pressure to deliver on the skilling part of it because they have to skill the employees as per what is the need of the industry and the market. And in fact, that is where LinkedIn plays a huge part. LinkedIn has almost 60 plus courses every week which we publish on our LinkedIn learning platform. And these are the courses which are guided by the skills in the market. LinkedIn is a place which has a skills repository. Whenever you create your profile, whenever you have any kind of job change, or even companies are putting out job, you put skills data out there, that I am proficient in this particular skill. All that skills data, when put together, creates a skill repository for LinkedIn. And that skills repository is something which guides our learning courses. These kind of learning courses keeps your employees always cutting edge. They are always involved, they are always ready to learn because the UI is fantastic. When you look at the GCC maturity model, how they themselves are leading the way in AI, almost 70% of the GCC CEOs says that the Gen AI is their top investment priority. When they say it is an investment priority, this means they want talent which is skilled in that because they have to work on the projects which are coming up to them. I have talked a bit about so far about that how LinkedIn has helped companies hiring talent. In fact, the Fortune 500 companies which are there, they are using LinkedIn to hire top talent across the world. And in India also, we have been present for a very long period of time, almost 14 plus years. And in these years, what we have seen is that all the companies, what they require is skill-based hiring. They want to have insights in what is happening in the market. They want to know what skills are trending against what job roles. And then they want to hire accordingly and upskill their employees. When you look at our learning tool, we have seen a huge improvement in terms of how people are accessing the content. There is, in manufacturing, which is not considered that high on the technology side, they themselves have been using their unique users of the AI content which is there, which are increasing by 77%. In financial services, in tech, of course, you have a huge use of AI. With this, I would like to conclude by saying that India is at its vantage point. It is at a place where everyone would like to see, it's at a place where GCCs can get the most benefit out of the talent landscape in India, of course, with the favorable policies of the government and the education and the health and the tech sector which we have. LinkedIn's data is powered by the billion members which we have on our platform. And this is something which provides almost a great opportunity for all the companies to hire talent on LinkedIn. With this, I would like to thank everyone today for their time. And I hope that this day is as power-packed as Anuj has said, and hope to see the deserving candidates winning the awards for the workplace. So thank you very much.
That's our presenting partner, LinkedIn, Ms. Saba Karim. Thank you so much. May I request
GCC Workplace Awards 2024, presenting partner LinkedIn, co-presenting partner Alive Health, initiative by Zyoin Group, in association with Brigade Group and Adrenaline, powered by WeWork, banking partner Axis Bank, knowledge partner CBRE, strategic partner KDEM, GCC partner Thalaron Global, gifting partner Chiari, event partner Dreams Event.